is Pastor Angie Saylor, and we are continuing with the elementary principles of faith. I am going to share with you today the facts on the fivefold ministry. The fivefold ministry is and was for today. It is past, present, and future. When Jesus went to the cross, he reset order, and he took back the authority that was stolen in the garden. The scriptures say that the government of the church is on the shoulders of Jesus, and that Jesus is the head of the church. And you can find this in Isaiah 9:6. 1 Corinthians 12:28 says that God has appointed the church first of all apostles, second, prophets, third, teachers, then those who perform miracles, those who have gifts of healing, and those who help each other, those with administration gifts, and those who speak various kinds of languages. While Jesus was on the cross, he declared that it is finished. And these were his words: "Father, I have finished the work that you have gave me to do." Keyword, me to do. This reveals that Jesus finished the work that he had to do himself, that it was a personal thing that he had to do alone. And this is where the fivefold ministry comes in, because there was more work to do. There was more work to be done. And the fivefold ministry is co-laboring together, working with Jesus and working with each other together. Ephesians 4:11 through 13 says this: "It declares that the fivefold ministry of the apostles, prophets, evangelists, pastors, and teachers must function together until the church reaches the unity of faith." Together. When Jesus rose from the dead, he had places to go and people to see. And when he went to meet his disciples for the first time, he gave them the gifts of grace, which is the fivefold ministry. The scriptures say that he breathed on them. He blew his breath and imparted all of himself. The fivefold ministry is all of Jesus. Jesus has foreordained his church to be perfect in purity and maturity, conformed to his image and his likeness. Some would say that the church will just elevate in maturity, but this is not true. The church must grow in maturity, together flowing in the fivefold ministry. Growth requires submission and willingness to do all that Jesus is. Now, the word says to submit one to another. It says to submit to the will of God. God will settle for nothing less for his eternal church, his eternal plan, for it to go forth and become a perfect church. God's church is a generational church, a church that passes the word down. It passes the fivefold ministry down from generation to generation. It is not about religion. It is about relationships, co-laboring together to the maturity of the fullness of Jesus. The fivefold ministry is all about Jesus. Jesus gave his body on the cross, and he rose and gave and blew his spirit, his heart, into the called out ones, the apostles, the prophets, the evangelists, the pastors, and the teachers. And the Lord just gave me a great example of what Jesus did when he blew these gifts of grace into his disciples. And it's a very simple example. He basically said, tag, you're it. So I just want to encourage you, once you see this, if you feel like you are called in the fivefold ministry, then I'm saying, tag, you're it.